snagging together. I also don't normally do soft tissue with gloves on, FYI. We're just working through a little rash.
We are.
Through here, and your girl doesn't want to catch a rash, okay?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. And you know we had to start it with a nice prison yard style workout in the driveway. It's Tuesday. I have no miles today. Well, I do have miles, but I'm taking it upon myself to take an extra rest day. I've been way more intentional with my rest days this last couple weeks. We have less than 3 weeks going into the marathon, so I'm taking exactly what I need in between my big workouts every single week. Tomorrow, I have another big one on deck. Today, I just did a little full body action. I'm not going super heavy in regards to the weights right now. Basically, I'm doing 2 full body days and a core day. So 3 lifting days per week right now. Full body push, full body pull, core. Sometimes I mix that up and just do a regular full body. It depends on what I'm feeling. I'm not that regimented when it comes to the strength right now. I'm just making sure I'm getting it in at least 3 times a week. And then I'm keeping the main thing with the runs. And that's kind of how it goes when it gets down to crunch time. This is peak week. This is the biggest week that I'm gonna have. I have a huge workout tomorrow. I have another huge workout on Saturday, so I'm excited to take you guys with me. I just had time to get that workout in. Now I gotta hop on a couple client calls. I got something exciting to share with you guys. I totally forgot that I pulled the trigger on some race day shoes the other night. I was literally laying in bed. I get an ad for a Nike race shoe, and I start thinking of going down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, I haven't bought my race day shoes yet. And I was like, should I use the Hyperion Elites? What should I do? And I just started browsing around the Nike website, as one does at 12 a.m. after a wedding. And we made a purchase. And it just came in, and I'm gonna share that with you now. These are officially the race day shoes for Chicago. Alphafly 3s, baby. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never had a pair of Alphaflys ever. I've worn the Vaporflies before, but never the Alphaflys. And I went a little bit out of my comfort zone on this colorway, not gonna lie to you. So, the official colorway on the box, Glacier Blue Black Mint Foam. So a lot of things going on. As you guys know, I'm usually a black and white guy, but this, something about it, man. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna go fast and shoot for something crazy in Chicago, I need to have a little pop on the feet, right? So we went with these guys. I am stupid excited. I'm debating about taking them out on the run tomorrow. You guys are gonna find that out pretty soon. I'm gonna sleep on it and decide. These shoes oftentimes are $1 a mile or even less than that for how expensive they are. They wear down tremendously fast. I'm very well aware of that. So I only wanna get a couple training runs in with them before Chicago. I have to be cautious because of the posterior tib issue I've continued to deal with. I'm not supposed to be wearing carbon plates right now, so I'm hesitant to wear these, but I have been rehabbing the leg pretty aggressively, and it feels really, really good compared to this time last week. So it'll be a game time decision tomorrow morning. I definitely got to get at least one big training run in with these, so tomorrow would be a good option. Also got to determine whether I'm going to the track tomorrow or going to the Greenway. A couple things to decide on, but just wanted to show you guys first look at these while they are crispy freaking clean. Pretty penny. Over $300 on these guys, but hopefully they do me right in Chicago, and I am stupid excited to try these out. Nike ads. Strike again. Sit. Stay. 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 Okay. I don't know who I was kidding. We're absolutely rocking these things today. There was no rain in the forecast, and that was my only concern waking up. So time for a test drive. What's up, squad? 6:15. Very dark out here, but these are gonna help light me up a little bit. We got the new Alphaflys. I was talking on the video last night, debating whether I was gonna wear these. You guys already knew I was probably gonna wear these. I've never even put these on though. Didn't even try these on at the house. So this is the very first time I'm putting them on. Usually these super shoes, you put them on, you get that like, holy shit, whoa feeling. So that's what we're going for. I haven't worn a Nike racing shoe probably 2 years. I used to race in the Vaporflies. These are the Alphafly 3s. Yeah, they feel fast. Yeah, they got like stupid amount of, I guess the rocker is what I'm thinking of. I haven't worn carbon fiber plates in probably a month, as we've talked about, working through the tib issues and the shin issues. So it feels good enough to give it a go today. I need to get some miles in my racing shoes anyway, break them in a little bit. So that's the idea today. Let's run through the workout real quick.
Do you ever worry about switching shoes midway into your training plan?
No, because I have a constant rotation. I did a video maybe 2 months ago about my shoe rotation. I literally keep probably 10 to 12 shoes constantly in rotation. I think where I went wrong a little bit in this build was wearing my carbon plates too much. So I'd wear them for my Wednesday speed and also my Saturday long runs, which was equating to like 30 miles a week in carbon fiber plates. And I think that overloaded my tib a little bit. So that's probably where I went wrong. But as far as these go, I feel good. I've been rehabbing the leg to the point where it feels significantly better than it was. I don't feel as much soreness. So I think it's worth giving a go today. Workout today, we have a 6 by 1 mile plus float. So what that looks like is a 2 mile warm up into 6 repeats. We're gonna do 1 mile at goal marathon pace, which is 6:10 to 6:17 range, right in there. And then that's followed by a half mile float at 6:45 to 7 pace. So we'll do that 6 times. Basically that's 1.5 miles 6 times into a 2 mile cool down. Should be a relatively, I don't want to say easy, but not too difficult, not too challenging of a run. The tricky part about this one is we're running this in the Greenway today. So as you can see, we're not at the track. This is a new location. We got kicked off the track last week, so we're coming out here to the Greenway. But exciting opportunity for 2 reasons. 1, to test myself on a different terrain, and 2, hopefully to get some badass shots. John has the truck, he has a scooter, he has a lot of weapons at his disposal, the Osmo, the big camera. So we'll see how this develops. Hopefully it's going to be conducive to a good YouTube video, but we'll see shortly, I guess. I'm gonna get a little warm up here, get ready to rock. We'll be going. I wore this for my first ever marathon, and I swear nipple blood was down to here. Never again. All right, we are 11 and a half miles into the run, back at the Bronco. John's got to roll, he's got work. I'm gonna finish up another 1.5 miles or so and get a little cool down in, but the scooter and John, MVPs of the day. The scooter who is definitely the MVP. That was awesome. That thing was clutch today, so we're gonna do more like that for sure. That was fun. We got drone, we got the Osmo, got a couple with the good camera, so we'll keep it rocking. I'll check back in a second and we will go over the stats. Let's go. Oh, Lord have mercy. Vaporflies, go zoom. $323, something like that with tax. And I'll tell you what, worth every single penny. The art of the perfect post-run picture. 13 miles, 161 average heart rate, 628 average pace, 124 total time. Warm up. 2 warm-up miles at 7:21. First mile 6:16, float 6:40. Second mile 6:10, float 6:27. Third mile 6:10, float 6:36. Fourth mile 6:17, float 6:38. Fifth mile 6:13, float 6:31. 6:14, float 6:29. 2 mile cool down at 6:10. I have a tendency to do that on my cool down miles. I like to push at the end. Because it mimics race day, right? Ultimately, those last miles of the race are the ones that are gonna hurt and suck the most, so I like to push on the back half of my training runs. Is that ill-advised? Is that recommended? Sometimes, maybe not always, but mentally, it's like a check mark for me. I would say this is probably my strongest run yet. It was probably a combination of 2 rest days since my last run on Sunday, which was 22 miles, and the new shoes, plus all the recovery I've been doing, and the tibs and the calves feel amazing. Did not give me any problems today. And the good thing about today too, I was hesitant to wear these, but I also knew that I had a PT session with Caroline here in a couple hours. So I'm gonna have her do some dry needling and hopefully get in there nice and deep and help me start the recovery process on the tib to go ahead and get ahead of it. So super fucking strong run today. Let's go see Caroline, have ourselves a Wednesday. All right, so Dr. C is working on me down here. How is it in comparison to about a month ago when I first came in?
I would say before, when I was treating you, like I would kind of go over your fascia and your muscle, and it was just like, it was like kind of like speed bumps everywhere. So I'd say right now we're in a good spot because there's still tissue tension, which is gonna come because you're an elite athlete, you're training a lot, versus prior. The adhesions are more kind of like those more dysfunctions. It's like we talked about prior, it's like the gas lines that are clogged. So from a month ago till now, the swelling has decreased significantly, like significantly. When I was touching his leg prior, you could see the edema and like the fluid in there, where, you know, there's a little bit of swelling, but like there's no pitting, and then the adhesions have completely gone. So it's really just some tissue tension.
I don't know if you guys heard, she did say that I was elite in that little synopsis there. What's up, beautiful people? It is Saturday morning, 6 o'clock, and we are getting ready to do our last long run of marathon freaking prep. I am equal parts excited and relieved at the fact that this is the last long run of marathon prep. We are headed to the track. I don't have anybody to shoot with me, so it's just gonna be me, and I'm not gonna be doing a very good job because I have a very hard run and I wanna focus on that. So no drones today, no crazy camera angles, just me ripping it on the track and probably checking in every mile. It is raining. You probably can't see outside. Definitely got some precipitation, so just a little bit more fun added to the mix, right? It wouldn't be a proper send-off for the last long run of prep if it wasn't a little bit of rain out here in the forecast. So we will be dealing with rain, but also I don't mind that because race day conditions could bring anything. It could bring rain, it could bring heat, it could bring snow for all I know. Who knows? I want to be ready for anything, so I'm okay with the rain this morning. We have certainly a doozy on the schedule. We have, I think it's 16 miles, 16 or 17 miles, 3-mile warm up, 10 miles at marathon pace, 3-mile cool down at the end. This is the longest I will string a period of marathon paces together by far. But you know what? If you can't run 10 at marathon pace, you certainly can't run 26 at marathon pace. So obviously the other thing to consider when I say that is like the slingshot effect of taper. It's both a mental and physical slingshot that will allow you to push through walls typically in training you would potentially experience. And we'll talk more about the magic of taper in next week's episode because we'll have plenty of time to do that with the less workload. Because it's raining, I am not wearing the Alphafly 3s. I didn't want to get them dirtied up. I felt really good after our run on Wednesday, so I am rocking the Hyperion Elites. Today is either going to be a huge confidence builder boost, or I'm gonna have to rethink some things for this marathon pace. That's the last thing I think is gonna happen. I think I'm gonna go out there and crush. I mean, I've hit every single workout the last 2 weeks or so, like almost to a T, almost 100%. So I think this is just gearing me up for that big mental confidence boost that I need going into the taper. And I think it's going to give me exactly what I want in that regard, both physically with my fitness and mentally with where my head's at going into this PR attempt. So without further ado, I'll shut the fuck up and let's get to that money. Let's get it, baby. Let's run some circles. All right, so here's the update. We are out here on the track, just getting warmed up this morning. It is getting pretty nasty out here. I'm under a tree right now, but rain's starting to come down quite a bit. So I'm not going to be able to record very much today. We'll see how much I get. I got the little camera, so I'll pull that out for check-ins, but it's just going to be all about that grind today. Mile 1, 6:10. Mile 2, 6:09. Mile 3, 6:09. Mile 4, 6:09. Lap 5, 6:11. All right, we are cooling down. I had to stop filming because I had to lock in on those last 5. I think mile 6 was 6:11, 7 was 6:13, 8 was 6:13, 9 was I think 6:17, and then 10 right around 6, I think 6:13, 6:14. Proud of that one. That one hurt, for sure. But that was necessary and needed as a confidence booster. We got 10, baby. Good stuff. We'll check in here in a second. All right, gang. After what can only be described as a hectic start, we have finished. We got 16 miles in the books. When I got started this morning, it was absolutely pouring coming down. The rain has let up, so I can do a quick recap out here. This was exactly what I needed. This was the confidence builder. This was all the things for me to let me know, hey, marathon pace 6:10 to 6:15 is right where you need to be. Nothing more aggressive, nothing less. This is that range that's gonna be able to challenge you really aggressively on race day, but that you could potentially hit if you have the day that you know you can have. Really strong day today. This was a phenomenal way to wrap up peak week for marathon prep. The body feels pretty damn good considering. The mileage has dropped significantly from where we were when we peaked and the injuries started, but I'm totally okay with that. I've gotten 2 22-milers in. I just did 10 at marathon pace. Earlier this week, I did 6 at marathon pace and then float intervals in between. So I feel like fitness is as good as it's gonna get right now. And now I have 2 weeks on the backside of this to just start to taper, start to rest the body so I can come in and hopefully we get that slingshot effect going into Chicago where the legs feel absolutely juiced, the mind is ready to go, feeling refreshed, feeling ready to take on that marathon. And I forgot my heart rate monitor today, so the heart rate data is going to be a little bit off. It tends to track me lower when I don't wear my heart rate monitor. I just have my watch. So take that with a grain of salt. 16 miles, 151 average heart rate, 147 total time, 643 average pace. Warm-up was 3 miles at 721 pace. Mile 1, 610, mile 2, 609, mile 3, 610, mile 4, 609, mile 5, 612, mile 6, 612, mile 7, 613, mile 8, 613, mile 9, 617, mile 10, 613. So we had one outside of the range, a little bit above that 615 that I was going for. Other than that, I cannot be upset with that workout. That's exactly what I said I was gonna do when I came into this one. And we went out and executed. I took the last 3 mile cool down super slow. I had 1 mile rest, recover, and then a 2 mile cool down. That was 734, and the last 2 miles were 757. So did not push on the backside today like I usually do. I was gassed after those 10, not gonna lie. I couldn't be happier with where the fitness is at. Couldn't be happier with how we've rebounded on the backside of the injury that we've been dealing with for the last month or two. It's really a testament to resilience and just taking care of that recovery work when you really, really need to. Shout out to my coach, shout out to Caroline, shout out to all of you guys out there supporting me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this prep. We're in taper, baby. I'm gonna have 2 more videos, obviously, one next week and then one the week of the marathon, which is gonna be badass. I'm so excited to document that with you, so stay tuned. If you've gotten this far, please smash that subscribe button. We got a couple more episodes. We got to bring this one home. I cannot believe we're at almost 20 episodes in this series. It's freaking crazy. But if you really want to gain a lot of insight and knowledge about what it looks like to maintain a little bit of muscle and also battle through injury and try to work through a marathon build in that sense, I think this was a great series to do that. This is just the first of the series that I'm going to do. I have a lot of stuff planned for the rest of 2025, but well into 2026. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the likes, all the comments, all the love you guys send me. Please, again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Happy taper week. We have made it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, peace.